everybody, welcome to my channel. So as you can see here, I am just blending in the transition shade, and I'm using from the Morphe palette 35. And I'm sorry guys, I don't know the name of it. My palette does not show it. It's a little con from the palette if you don't know. And as for the sake of time, I did my eyebrows off camera. And as you can see here, I'm just working in the first transition shade into both my eyes. And I'm just blending it in all the way from one corner to the next. And next I'm using from the Lorac Unzipped palette. I'm using Unbrittled. And I'm just working at it in the corners as well in both my full eye and blending it all the way, distributed through. And I'm definitely wanted to work that in because with blending, you have to make sure that you evenly distribute it through your whole entire eye. So that's what I'm doing here, blending that through both eyes. And I'm just blending it all the way, all the way, all the way. Like guys, I cannot emphasize any more than what I already have to blend, blend, blend. So that's what I'm doing here. And for the next couple of shades that I'm using to transition in my eyelid, I'm using all from the Lorac Unzipped. So the next color I will use will be Unspoken. And then I'm going to go in for the last dark shade will be Untamed before I add my base coat. So that's basically what I'm doing here, just blending and working it in. And guys, this process definitely takes a long time, so do not get discouraged if you are taking longer to blend it or have to go back. You should rather go back and fix it than wait to the end and you take a picture and you see little areas that you should have corrected. So definitely blend to your heart's content. So that is definitely what I'm doing here. And y'all, with the darker shades, I get a little shade heavy, which mainly just means I get too much product on my brush. So with that, I always sometimes have to go back in with the lighter shades and blend out the top. So you may see that here that I do it on the other eye, but definitely, or go back once I do both eyes just to see where I may need to touch up. And sometimes you just got to take a step back and look. So definitely guys, that's what I'm doing here, just overviewing the eye. So definitely if you see me touch back on certain parts of my eye, it's understood. And y'all, I do see the eyebrow, but it's gonna work itself out, I'm telling y'all, for the good in the end. So I see it, I know it, but it's gonna work out. That's why I say sometimes my eyebrows can be friends or sometimes they can be enemies. So as you can see here, I'm working in my base coat. I use the white base coat NYX Jumbo Pencil 604 Color Milk. And I'm just working it out in both my eyes. Yeah, I know it's not all in the corner, but it's not going to really matter in the end. So here I'm just using the main event, which is the Sephora brand Luxurious Boot Camp. And this color was good. I mean, I like it because it wasn't too dark and it wasn't too bright. And when you put in the shades, I always blot it, do not smear it because you don't evenly distribute the product. So definitely blot, do not smear. And I always use a bright base coat regardless what the shade is going to be because it makes it stand out more. And it makes the color last. And for this right here, you see me, I'm just going back in to evenly distribute out the shade and make it all blend a little bit better, make it evenly. And I'm just using the Unzipped Lorac palette, and I'm using that Untamed to blend out the corner. That's why I said it really didn't matter that I didn't get all the way in because it's not going to play a major role. It's not going to affect it, basically. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just blending it out all the way through the crease. So like when I'm looking at the little area up there, to make it evenly distributed out because you don't want it to be wrong. And for the sake of time, I did my eyelashes off camera too because it's just a process sometimes. And I'm using the Lorac face primer too for my face, and I'm just setting that all around evenly. And next I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the 330, and I'm just evenly distributing it out through my face. And then once I evenly distribute it out through my face, I'm going to go back in on top of that with my MAC Studio Fix NC45, and I'm just going to set my face with that powder as well. It just helps evenly distribute my foundation, make it even tone, and just help blends it all out. So that's what I'm going to definitely do. And definitely, guys, when you're doing a foundation and things like, I don't put foundation under my chin, but the Studio Fix, I do work that under my chin and my neck because that area is going to be seen, and you want it to be all one. You don't want to have, especially people who wear different skin tone foundation. That's a different story. Carry on. I was about to get sidetracked, y'all. But here you see I'm using the MAC Prep Prime highlight, and that is in the shade bright forecast, and I'm just highlighting in my T-zone, under my eyes, nose, forehead, and even I do some of my chin area. And here, what you see next is I'm going in with my LA Pro concealer, and I'm using in the shade Espresso, and I'm just doing it in the C. I call it the C, which is of my forehead, and it goes around to my cheekbones. And I just go around those whole areas because it helps blend in from the forehead to the hairline area, and the cheekbones just kind of like give me that chiseled. So that's what I'm doing here. Definitely working that area in. And I did get a little heavy on one side, but it's going to work itself out for the good. And oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. So I'm just working that in right now, y'all. And I'm telling y'all, this is a blending process as well within itself. So I'm just working that in, blending it in through my forehead and the front parts of the areas that are going to be seen in the main face. And y'all, and I'm not sure if I said this already, but within my face and my makeup, I pull, I lift up my eyebrow, I do a lot because that's how I work my makeup in. Everybody doesn't do that, and you do what works best for you. But for me, I know pulling my face, lifting the eye, all that works good for me. So that's what I do. And so as you can see here, I'm just working in the concealer under my T-zone area, just making sure that it's evenly distributed through. And for this, I just definitely take my time with that as well. But I'm not too concerned if under my eye there's certain areas that are still being shown, because you'll see when I set my eyes with my favorite, this is my favorite process, y'all. The next step is when I set my face with the Laura Mercier loose palette, and I'm using in, I don't know if that's a shade, but it says translucent, and it's a loose setting powder. It's my favorite, guys. I don't, and it's my favorite also because I like the way my face looks with it on. You know, maybe I'll do a tutorial and I'll just leave it on my face all day. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. But I just really like this step. It's just like my favorite. It just, I don't know if it's because it's the end or what, and I'm ready to see the final look or what the case may be. But guys, it really is my favorite part. But you'll see also that I will set the powder under that area where I highlight contoured on my cheek, and I do that because it just helps it pop just a little bit. But I don't leave it on there too long because I don't want it to look too defined, because then it'll give me like too much of a chisel chin, and not chin but cheekbone area, and that, I feel like that's a little bit too drag. You know, that's just me personally. I'm not trying to be draggy. So you'll see I'll go ahead and work that. I'll go ahead and blend that area out quick because I don't like it to sit there too long. And then I'll just go gradually work my way up from the nose to the forehead and my little under eyelid areas. And I always do that last because that can stay on there a little bit longer than the rest of the face. Yeah, the more I'm looking at here, this eyebrow, I'm just over it. But when I tell y'all it doesn't really matter, it doesn't really matter, because in the end, like if I had a middle part going on, then that eyebrow would matter. But because of the sake I'm doing a swoop today, it don't even matter. And this U part where it can go to the side or to the middle. But today I've been loving this side part, so we just gonna rock it out like that. And so as you can see here, y'all, I'm using my MAC Peach Twist blush, and I'm working my way up. And I don't believe in wasting product, so any leftover, I'll work it all the way up to the forehead. And next here, guys, I'm going in with my MAC highlighter Global Glow, and I'm just highlighting over those, basically my whole T-zone area, to be honest. That T-zone is the right zone, okay? So I'm just working in the cheek and the nose and the forehead, and I go over my lips and under my lips. And guys, highlight at your own risk, you know what I'm saying? Because it's all your preference. I don't want to stand out too much, so I don't do a whole lot. So you'll see here that I don't overdo it. But again, it really depends on the look I'm going for also. So I don't want to say I won't do it. I'm just saying for what I got going on right now, it ain't meant to be. So that's what I'm doing here, guys. And next you'll see that I like to also use a little bit of eyeshadow under my eye, and that evenly just gives me like a smoke out look, even though it's not smoky, but you know what I mean. That'll be like me getting my eye though. But I just definitely go back in with the Lorac unzipped, and I use Untamed again, and I just do a little bit under my eye, under the water lines, and just basically just get a little bit under there, not too much, because you don't want like you setting your whole bottom lot. Yeah, so you don't want to look like you setting up your whole bottom eye for a whole new shade of eyeshadow. But so as you can see here, I'm coming in with my NYX eyeliner pencil in black, and I'm just eyelining my waterline just to help evenly set that out. So I'm just doing that now under my eye, and I'm just going to go under both and just evenly distribute that out. And then next I'm going to go in and set the mascara on my bottom lashes. Now for this look previously I did bottom lashes, but for the sake of time and just because I didn't really want to do it, just being honest. But if you want to see that, I can do that as well. Just comment below if you'd like to see some bottom lashes applied. I can definitely do so. But I just didn't feel like doing it right now. So as you can see, and y'all, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I thought it was just me, but am I the only person who can't put on mascara either bottom or top without making that face? Like, okay, how you doing? Like, what's going on with the bottom? I don't know. I just can't help it. But I'm just going to evenly distribute that out. And y'all, I'll be having to take a step back and just look at your whole face. And you got to do that sometimes just to make sure that everything is evenly distributed out on your face. So that's what I'm doing here with the mascara. Just evenly distribute that out. So I'm just working that in under my eye. And I kind of messed up here, so I had to go back in and get my little concealer brush and just even that out just a smidget. And next, guys, I'm about to clip in my U-part wig, and the night before I pin curled it, so these curls have been sitting overnight, which is the best. But I'm just clipping it in, guys. And I didn't really, when I know that I take my hair every day, I don't really care about how the hair is braided, so I just got baby girl braids in there, and I'm just clipping it in all around. So that's what I'm doing here. And next I'm going to take the curls out. And as you can see here, this is the end, guys. I'm about to put in my Hicks edge control, which is the best control, and I'm just working it in, guys. I'm not sure what I was doing with this little piece I tried to pull out, but it's gonna work itself out in the end. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my first little tutorial, guys. Excuse any little gray areas or bloopers that should have been out, but I'm working on it. It's a learning process, but I appreciate you guys being patient with me and learning with me. Thumbs up the video, comment, all that good stuff. See you guys next.